Good morning and welcome to Morning Soul. Today, Meredith was providing me different messages to come through for whoever needs it. And the first thing that came through is almost as if like we're taking a deep breath after everything that just happened or was shown to us these past couple days personally. So, if you've been noticing patterns that are coming up, stories that are coming up, situations that are showing you how you feel about yourself or what you are feeling stuck in or you're not trusting, it's time to take a deep breath, she said. You kind of saw where the work needs to be. Now, where can we gently start implementing the new? Whether that's like a new story that we tell ourselves, an emotion that we're finally releasing, a conversation that we want to have, changes we want to make in our life, where can we gently do that, she said? Because it's time to slowly put in the work. It is time to take a step forward. There's no more, I need to figure out what I need to do. She said, there's no more analyzing. It's now to start focusing on the new. So she wanted me to start today with like a story, whether someone feels unworthy or not good enough. Where can you gently change that, she said, because those stories that we hold on to show up physically in our life, whether it's because we're not choosing better for ourselves, we're hurting ourselves emotionally, physically through patterns or behaviors, or we're hurting other people because we're taking out our own emotions onto them. Where can we change that? Gently. She keeps pushing the word gently, which I know I made a video about being gentle with ourselves on Friday, but now it's time to gently take care of ourselves and choose better. Rather than criticizing ourselves and being hard on ourselves and thinking, I can't believe I'm not there yet, or why am I not making these changes? Why am I repeating these patterns? Can you stop and see that you are now aware of what's not working for you anymore? Can you stop and see that your awareness alone is a step forward in the journey? Rather than being unconscious of what you're doing and repeating it over and over, you're now reflecting of like, this doesn't serve me anymore. This doesn't feel good anymore. This doesn't help me anymore. Where can I make these changes? That is huge, she said. This is where you're growing. And rather than getting upset and stopping yourself thinking you're not good enough or worthy enough to make these changes, it's like, okay, no, I'm aware that this doesn't work for me anymore and I'm worthy of these changes. I'm good enough now. And I know that these patterns showed me that I wasn't trusting myself or I wasn't loving myself enough, or I'm choosing to not deal with them because it's uncomfortable. Well, now you're sitting in the uncomfortable, she said. And if you still feel uncomfortable and you feel like you're still unaware of things, she said, where can you make yourself aware of things? Where can you take a pause, she said, and be like, okay, this doesn't work for me anymore. What can I choose differently? What can I do differently? How can I show up different? How can I speak differently? How can I be kinder to myself and others through these changes? That's why it feels really unfamiliar right now. You're in a completely different playing field. You're trying to find your footing, she said. It's going to feel uncomfortable. So don't think you're making a mistake. If you're not happy right now, or you feel like you're stuck, or you're feeling like you're not sure what the next step is, just bring awareness to that, she said. Can you just pause and see, okay, I have clean water to drink, I have food to eat, I have friends, I have family, I have a home, I have a car, whatever you know you can focus on. And be like, okay, as things are changing, I know I'm fully supported. I'm fully supported. And that just because there's something I want to change right now, or there's something that I want as a goal, just because it's not here right now, it's because I'm growing to be that person who can handle it and choose better. And if anyone knows, when you go to the gym and you're adding more weight to grow your muscles or to get stronger, it's not going to feel comfortable. You're going to feel tired and exhausted. You're not going to want to do it all the time, but you're going to push through. And it's going to feel uncomfortable until you get used to it. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, I can do this really easily and this feels good and my body feels great. Let's add a little bit more weight, which is more change and more better habits. And then get comfortable in that, she said. That's how we grow our capacity for more and better. You can't expect someone, and she said this is just an analogy, you can't expect someone who's never stepped into a gym or lifted weights and then lift 100-pound dumbbells. That's impossible. The goal is to get there, and you do it little by little, whether you start with 5 pounds or you start with 10 pounds and you just do more repetitions of it. Well, all of a sudden it's getting easier. So then you're going to step further, maybe go a little heavier or do a little bit more reps. Eventually you're going to get to the 100-pound dumbbells, but that doesn't mean you're not worthy of that now. It just means like, wow, I have steps to do to get to that point? And where can I show up for myself? Where can I be more kinder to myself? Where can I motivate myself to keep going despite the fears and the stories tell me, oh, stay home, or don't do that, or you're going to get a no, or don't put yourself out there? She said, this is where change happens, little by little, in the different thoughts and the different choices and the different behaviors. And the only way you can grow and change is by being gentle with yourself. It is not by hating yourself and berating yourself over what you're not doing right now or what you think you're not capable of right now. So whenever you find yourself in those stories, she said, catch it, bring awareness to it, and ask yourself, does criticizing myself work? Does criticizing myself make me choose better? No. It's owning up to my actions or lack thereof actions and choosing differently from there. You have to be your best friend and motivate yourself in little ways, she said, and celebrating those little wins too. So let's just say someone triggers you, and rather than getting upset or attitudey or letting it affect you, she said, you're choosing to be kind. Of like, okay, well, yes, this is what they usually do. They're, upset and they're saying things that are stupid, or they're doing things that are stupid. Where can I grow? Rather than pulling my power away and getting mad that they're doing that. Okay, well, they're choosing to do that because that's what makes them feel safe and comfortable. What can I choose differently? Well, I can choose to ignore them. Or if you have to go through this with them, they said, okay, how can I respond differently? Of I'm strong, I'm smart, I'm capable, or I'm choosing not to help them because they keep doing this. Where can you choose differently and empower yourself? In certain situations, when you cannot control the other person or the other outcome, you can control on how you feel, she said. So if you're deciding to choose differently, that's amazing. Celebrate that. Be proud of yourself that you're catching your pattern before you do it or while you're doing it, and then rerouting. This is where the rubber hits the ground, she said, or whatever that phrase is. Oh, she's laughing at me because I totally botched that. Choose differently. Be kind to yourself. And if you find yourself in repeating patterns, the fact that you're aware of that is amazing. But instead of getting mad and jumping back down in that little hole of, woe is me, I'm a terrible person, or I can't do this, just pause and be like, okay, I see that I'm growing, or I see that I'm doing this again. And where can I be kinder to myself? Where can I be kinder to other people? Where can I make a different choice or a different thought? And this is how change happens, she said, little by little. So be proud of the fact that you're aware of what's not working for you or what you're not happy with. And we need that contrast to show us where we need to go. If we didn't have that contrast, there would be nothing to push us to choose better. We have to grow, she said. And the only way to do that at times is through physical pain, emotional pain, mental, disturbances, whether you're down on yourself. And she said she knows that sounds a little crazy, but sometimes the only way for us to grow is if we're uncomfortable or we're not happy. So rather than seeing it as a tripping hazard, can you see it as a stepping stone? There's a huge difference in that thought process, she said. And if you feel called for guidance, or you need help, or you feel like you can't figure out what the next step is or how to feel, I'll be happy to help you. I'd be so happy to help you. I know this is not easy, and we need each other. We cannot keep thinking that we have to do everything on our own, all right? We all need each other. It's like, and she keeps showing me this example today of like a tree and how it changes every season. It grows and then it lets go of the old things, and then it reserves energy in the fall or the winter. And then the spring, it's growing again. In the summer, it's huge and lush. But that tree needs water. It needs nutrients. It needs sunlight. It needs other things. It doesn't do it on its own to get to where it needs to be. And that's the same thing for us. We are our own environment, but we need other people and other experiences to encourage us to grow and help us along the way. I hope you have an amazing day. I love you very much.